Money is our madness, our vast collective madness. And of course, if the multitude is mad, the individual carries his own grain of insanity around with him. I doubt if any man living hands out a pound note without a pang, and a real trimmer if he hands out a 10-pound note. We quail. Money makes us quail. It has got us down. We grovel before it in strange terror. And no wonder, for money has a fearful cruel power among men. But it is not money we're terrified of. It is the collective money madness of mankind. For mankind says with one voice, "How much is he worth? Has he no money? Then let him eat dirt and go coal. And if I have no money, they will give me a little bread, so I do not die. But they will make me eat dirt for it. I shall have to eat dirt. I shall have to eat dirt if I have no money." It is that I am afraid of, and that fear can become a delirium. It is fear of money mad fellow man. We must have some money to save us from eating dirt, and this is wrong. Bread should be free, shelter should be free, fire should be free to all and anybody, all and anybody, all over the world. We must regain our sanity about money before we start killing one another about it. It's one thing or the other. The poem Money Madness is written by D.H. Lawrence. He was born in the year 1885 and died in the year 1930. If we look at his life, he is widely regarded as one of the most influential writers of the 20th century. His notable writings include Sons and Lovers, which is a novel, and Women in Love. The poem Money Madness is basically an evaluation of the madness for money in the modern times, or it can be also read as a criticism of this madness for money, of the consumerist, materialistic culture of those times. And what is interesting is it is still so applicable even now in our lives. If we look at the current situation now, this poem is also relevant even today, and I don't think this poem will become irrelevant or something like that. Maybe this will become irrelevant on the day Jesus Christ returned. Because I don't think any person will just give up this craziness for money. If we look at the opening line, money is our madness, our vast collective mad. It is our madness, not just one person, but our collective madness. Lawrence here explicitly equates money with madness, implying that it makes us irrational and also foolish. And as we have read the poem out loud, it is clear to us that the language used by the poet here is very simple and it can be understood by any person. The poem deals with the topic of this madness for money, or how we hold so much importance when it comes to money. So it is this vast collective madness of human beings with respect to money. We have this so much of this obsession for money that it has become kind of a collective madness, and that is what D.H. Lawrence is trying to say here. So all these reasons clearly explain this this romantic nature of this poem. The attitude, again, we also have to look at the attitudes of people, how they change with the accumulation or loss of money. So when people have more money, they tend to become snobbish or proud. So as a result, the person who is fortunate enough to earn or have more money feels superior to the unfortunate poor man who is ill treated in the end. The poet mentions that the poor man will be given some bread in order to keep him alive, but at the same time, he will be made to eat dirt along with it. In the end, the poet demands that bread should be free, shelter and fire should be free, man should regain his sanity regarding money, or else he will start killing his fellow man for it. Money is our madness, our vast collective madness. It's human. Each human being is insane or crazy for money. In the poem, the poet criticizes man's obsession for wealth and worldly possessions at the cost of human values. People have no regard for qualities such as sympathy and kindness. Money is required, but it should not become all important. This will only have dehumanizing effect and lead to destruction. There are some points which we need to keep in mind. They are this vast collective madness and the multitude's obsession with money, the use of the words quail, grovel, terror, cruel power, suggesting the debasing effect that lack of money have. And then also the repetition of the line, I shall have to eat dirt. And then also the emphasis on bread, shelter and fire to be free for all mankind. The poem is a criticism of the consumerist or materialistic culture of those time, and it can be applicable even now, right from the start. The poet labels money and the greed for it as, our own form of madness that is ruining our society. He also laments the fact that people are so afraid to lose whatever money they have that they can find it hard to spend charitably. Even if it is £1, we feel devastated to lose it. I doubt if any man hands out. He also says that, a £10 note actually makes people shake with anxiety and sadness. If we look at the second stanza, because a real trimmer, they are so, in sense that they don't want to spend it, and when they have to hand out a £10 note, they tremble, or they cannot hand it out without trembling. We quail, that means to be afraid, and show it by shaking a bit. We quail, money makes us quail. So we shake, money makes us shake with fear. It has got us down. It has got us down in the sense that it has taken us down to the lowest level. So we grovel. We act in such a way that we grovel. We grovel before money. So it controls our thoughts and influences our action. It is not money we're terrified of. It is the collective money madness of mankind. For mankind says with one voice, how much is he worth? Has he no money? Then let him eat dirt and grow coal. If we look at the third stanza, D.H. Lawrence gives an example of this craziness for money when he describes with this deliberate hyperbole the physical pain that he imagines people must feel when they have to part with, even a £10 note. He then describes money as a cruel, oppressive master which we bow down. We go down to this lowest level as if, praying for in front of money, showing our respect in the sense that in all this fear and madness. And if I have no money, they will give me a little bread, so I do not die. But they will make me eat dirt for it. I shall have to eat dirt. I shall have to eat dirt if I have no money. In the fourth stanza, the poet talks about a much more insidious consequences of our collective madness. So if I do not have money, if you do not have money, we will have to go under a tremendous phase of shamefulness, in the sense that we will get something to eat, a little bread, so I do not die, we do not die, but they will make me eat dirt for it, in the sense that we will undergo under this tremendous amount of shamefulness. People will not just give it like as it is or out of love, but they will give in such a way that they'll feel snobbish, they'll look down on us, which will make us feel ashamed, so we shall have to eat dirt. If somebody does not have any money, then we tend to consider them as, kind of low class, or just not worth it or worthless. We let that person, we make fun of it, we talk about them as, worthless, not worth it. So this appears to be tremendously, this will have an immense effect, a drastic effect on us. If we consider common attitudes towards homeless people, consider the attitude we have for the homeless people. We help them in so many ways, but we also have the sense of attitude, this not worth it or low class and all this. For unfortunately, many people look down upon or are otherwise scornful of homeless people simply because, what's the reason? Because they do not have money or the material possessions that we associate with normality and respectability. So again, this is also so relevant even now. For example, this whole idea of giving gift in in a marriage or in any kind of situation. If it is a poor man, we don't really care about what kind of gift we give. Just a hundred rupees or 500 rupees or anything like that. But when we go to a rich man's party, we're bound to, or we cannot, or we are ashamed to give a small gift. So something like this. So in this way, the poor are made even poorer, and the rich, even though they don't actually need it, we give them, because we are ashamed to give them something which is not their standard or not their worth. So it's something like this. He says that it is that I'm afraid of, that I am afraid of. If he is poor, or if we are poor, we will also have to eat dirt. We will also go under this tremendous amount of shamefulness. So the poet says that this is something which he is also afraid of, and that fear can become a delirium. Delirium is kind of a, when we are disturbed, and it is characterized by restlessness, illusions, and incoherence, fever, and other disorders. The fear of being made to eat dirt can become a sickness on us. It is fear of my money-mad fellow man. So he says, we must have some money to save us from eating dirt. So in this modern world, if we are to be saved from eating dirt, the only thing that can save us is money. That's what he's trying to say here. We must have some money. We must have something to save us from eating dirt, to save us from undergoing this shamefulness or being looked down by other people. And he says, and this is wrong. That's exactly what he says. This is wrong. He says bread should be free, shelter should be free, fire should be free. To everyone in this world, to all and anybody. He again here, what is interesting is he repeats again and again, twice, which is so crucial, because he wants people to know that, bread, shelter, fire should be free to everyone around this world. We must regain our sanity about money, in the sense that we must come back to our actual self. We must let go of this craziness or madness for money, otherwise we will start killing one another. So it's one thing or the other. Until and unless we give up our madness for money, we will start killing one another. And this is so obvious. The killings, the hatred, the problems in the family, even brothers and sisters together. There are so many problems around in this world, and it is all because of this craziness or money madness. So we must let go of this insanity for money. We must let go of this madness for money, or it will be a drastic world. Our world will be even worse if we do not let go of this madness for money.